The waters, the Bible tells us Jesus walked on, the shores where he performed his miracles, a place of beauty, religion and legend, but today on the brink of disaster.
The water should be above our heads, in fact. The tragedy is that you don't need to be Jesus Christ anymore to walk here on the Sea of Galilee.
Environmentalist Guidon Bromberg and I could walk the floor of the lake because its waters have retreated hundreds of yards.
Making the desert bloom is unsustainable, and the demise of the Sea of Galilee must send that message to Israeli politicians.
This bay should be full of water right up to those rocks. The Sea of Galilee is so low it must be pumped uphill into the Jordan now, the river it should feed. Otherwise its baptism sites would dry up. But the Jordan doesn't flow much further from here.
Just a few miles to the south, this is where the Jordan comes to an end. Its last few drops are drawn off by that pumping station over there for irrigation. Then there's this, Israel's dirty little secret. The Jordan, possibly the most famous river in the world, rises again as raw sewage being poured out of that drain.
Israel's announced an emergency. A lineup of celebrities, including supermodel Bar Raffaelli. Their faces cracking to tell Israelis to save the Sea of Galilee. Israeli authorities deny mismanagement. Instead, they blame the weather.
Such a drought of 5 successive years, that's something we never met. And that's also something that statistically is really rare.
On the waters, boatmen who fish for tourists are deeply alarmed.
We used to use the first pier, and then the water level went down, so we brought another one and another one.
And the 6th angel poured out his vial upon the great river EUPHRATES, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared. And I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of God Almighty. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth, and keepeth his garments, lest he walk naked, and they see his shame. And he gathered them together into a place called, in the Hebrew tongue, ARMAGEDDON. And the 7th angel poured out his vial into the air. And there came a great voice out of the temple of heaven from the throne, saying, It is done. And there were voices and thunders and lightnings. And there was a great earthquake, such as was not since men were upon the earth, so mighty an earthquake, and so great. And the great city was divided into 3 parts, and the cities of the nations fell. And great Babylon came in remembrance before God, to give unto her the cup of the wine of the fierceness of his wrath. And every island fled away, and the mountains were not found. And there fell upon men a great hail out of heaven, every stone about the weight of a talent. And men blasphemed God because of the plague of the hail, for the plague thereof was exceeding great. Chapter 17. And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints, and with the blood of the martyrs of Jesus. When I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. The angel said unto me, Wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman, and of the beast that carrieth her, which hath the 7 heads and 10 horns. The beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was, and is not, yet is. Here is the mind which hath wisdom. The 7 heads are 7 mountains, on which the woman sitteth. And there are 7 kings, 5 are fallen, and 1 is. And the other is not yet come. And when he cometh, he must continue a short space. And the beast that was and is not, even he is the 8th, and is of the 7, and goeth into perdition. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings, which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast. These have one mind, and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called, and chosen, and faithful. And he saith unto me, The waters which thou sawest, where the whore sitteth, are peoples and multitudes, and nations and tongues. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. For God hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree, and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of God shall be fulfilled. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth. Chapter 18. And after these things I saw
The waters of the Sea of Galilee are now at their lowest on record and are set to fall even lower. 4 successive years of drought with rainfall less than half the annual average, combined with Israel's relentless pumping of water to irrigate farmland and supply homes, has led to the shortage. CJ Jesse Edwards demands implementation of stricter measures to reduce the exploitation of waters in the Sea of Galilee.
This is Jesse Edwards, citizen journalist from Israel, reporting on Instablogs. The government of Israel seems to be oblivious to the damage being caused to the country's largest lake, the Sea of Galilee. 4 years of drought and relentless demand from homeowners and farmers have brought down the water levels to the lowest record ever. Despite the falling levels, pumping of the water continues from the lake. The main factor driving the unquenchable thirst is Israel's projection of itself as a country of pioneering farmers who made the desert bloom, much in contrast to the previous Palestinian owners who were prepared to live on the barren land. The Israeli government must initiate stricter measures to stop cultivation of alien crops that are not suited to the desert and then exporting them to the West. The drop in the water levels is not only causing increased salination, but also affecting the fish stocks. The government should seriously consider establishing desalination plants and begin valuing its ecology before the water disappears altogether.